know that you have tried. And not only that, people will now hear your name. They will know that because matter is this: if you are a private person, there's little you can do to assist people. If you are a private person, there's little you can do to assist your environment, your community. There's little you can do to change things. And so you have to join a platform whereby you can help use public influence and public patronage for the good of the public. And the only way you can do that one is by being in politics and participate in politics actively, not be a passive person, not be a hand clapper in politics, not be somebody who just want to go and derive maybe some naira and kobo and just use it and sit back. No, no, no. So because of that, I just jumped into it. And then since then, you can go to my constituency, you can go to my hometown, you can go even to my state when I was chief of staff to Dr. Kairu Yemi as governor. So you can just go and maybe and ask whether I have fulfilled that promise that I gave myself that I want to make a difference. And I'm still making the difference. Even now, I'm still making the difference. That is why it is always very seamless for me to win elections. When I contested for House of Representatives, the closest person to me did not have the half of my vote. The same when I contested for Senate. So I won all the local governments under me six and then almost all the wards. So definitely it showed that people know that yes, this person can make some things happen for them. And I've been making things happen to happen for them. And even within the last 1 year, 3 months that I've been in service, I know that what I've done for our people, because I've touched almost every community. I have several communities because I have the largest senatorial district in Ekiti and the highest number of local governments in Ekiti. So I have them, and I have one way or the other affected the lives of my people and the communities positively. So because of my passion to make sure that I change the environment and the community where I come from and where I am positively. So that passion threw me into politics. And then my first experiment when I was just a young boy did not show me that people cannot appreciate good deeds. And so because people appreciate good deeds, that's why I said, look, I have to turn up higher and then ensure that I do for people instead of being staying at the sideline, complaining, criticizing, abusing, interrogating, talking about what I don't even know, then saying if I am there, if I have been there, if I was there, if I will be there. So instead of doing all those things, I make sure that I was there and now I am there. I will still keep to be there, even if even if when I'm contesting for an election, I will still be having stake in the person or the people that will be in charge of my own affairs, especially of my own community, of my own wherever I belong to. I will make sure that I have because today and any day for that matter, I have always been saying it that if you want your people to get the best, then you have to participate in governance because there's no person who can be so rich and set up his own ministry of works. There's nobody can set up his own water corporation. Nobody can set up his own power holding authority. Nobody. I don't know that kind of person who is so rich who will say the kilometers of roads that lead to my town, I want to tar them. Oh, I want to make sure that water is in every home. No, nobody as rich as that person could have been. I've never heard of it. You can only do one if you are part of government and governance, and then you can now bring all those good things to your environment, to your community, and to your own people. And that is why, and that is what I think should motivate anybody to go into politics and to governance. Because when you are in politics, you must be interested in governance. And when you are in governance and you don't have that aim in your mind to make sure that you change life meaningfully, positively for your people, then definitely you don't have any reason to be there.
Distinguished senator, you have a lot of passion for helping people, and you said that it was your inspiration to get into this. I want you to rate from 1 to 100. How effective do you think you've been able to achieve that mission? based on the position that you are in?
Well, for me, it's like you expect me to set an exam for myself and score myself, and then give the result, and then give the report sheet to myself, which I've not do. The only thing there is that I am fulfilled. I am satisfied. That even if when I was in the reps, and now that I'm in the Senate, even if that is all what my people can give me, that I am fulfilled, that I am satisfied, that I've done what I think I should do to make life more meaningful than more meaningful for them. In the communities, individually, that there's nobody from my constituency that has ever approached me for an assistance that I have never answered to. That if you ask for 3 things, at least I provide 2 or 1.5. So nobody in my constituency can raise up his or her own hand that I'm not accessible. So once that one is done, I'm fulfilled and I'm very satisfied. That is to the extent that I can rate myself. So whether I've scored 99%, 80%, whatever percent, then let us leave that one into the hands of the citizens of my area, who can now come out to tell you that Yemi Adaramodu in government, outside government, has done well or has not done well.
Okay, sir. Let's talk about the 10th Senate. So far, how has it been so far? What can you say about the 10th Senate?
You know, the 10th Senate is an uncommon thing. Is an uncommon thing. Uncommon in the sense that we are very different in so many ways. Within 1 year, we have done almost 500 bills. Motions run into thousands. Bills that are pending, not less than 300. That's within 1 year. I've done that one. The 10th Senate, we don't even deal with time. There are so many times that we are in chamber up till 7, 8, 9 p.m. When national assignment beckons, we don't deal with holidays. Last year, we were still in the Senate, on the floor of the chamber, December 31, when New Year is just about a few hours away. So that one will show you how passionate, how conscientious, and how rigorously patriotic that the 10th Senate is. So the 10th Senate, like I said, quite uncommon. The leadership, very deep and serious leadership. Leadership that wants to achieve. And then the 10th Senate, we do not waste time when it comes to the issue that is going to affect the welfare of Nigerians. When we talk about appropriation, when they brought it, we could not even go on holiday, we could not even speak. So we made sure we passed expeditiously. When it is the issue of minimum wage, then it was passed. Look at the PIA, Petroleum Industry Act, has been languishing in the pipe for decades. The 10th Senate make sure that it was passed expeditiously. And then look at even the electoral matter now. By the time we come out with the surgical operations that we are going to do with the constitutional reform and the electoral matter reforms, then Nigerians will know that we are too serious and we are very hot to handle for failure. And the 10th Senate, again, like I said, the first time came out with an in-house magazine to showcase the activities of the Senate. We don't want to tell our stories by ourselves too. The third party telltale that the naysayers will be talking about the Senate or the National Assembly. We think there should be an end to it. The Senate is pioneering that kind of media excitement to ensure that we tell our stories by ourselves. So the 10th Senate, by and large, I've been there 1 year and a few months above. We still have a lot. We have just launched or pushed out our legislative agenda a few weeks before we went on the annual legislative holidays. So, and we are going to follow everything to the letters. And Nigeria and Nigerians, we get the best for the mandate that they have given to us. But the only thing is that we expect the public to see the National Assembly for what the National Assembly even created and established for. Even when we talk of funding, we cannot be talking about funding who say that we are in that need of, but it is quite pertinent to note that the National Assembly as an arm of government, legislative arm of government, is taking just 0.17% of the national budget out of the 100%. And it is part of this, from this 0.17%, that all salaries, emoluments, allowances of not only legislators, the auxiliary and the auxiliary staff that are taken from, and the staff in the National Assembly are not less than 20,000. They are Nigerians. We have offices all over the nation in our constituencies. Like me, I have 2 constituency offices because my senatorial district is very large. I won't tell everybody to be migrated to the senatorial headquarters alone because of distance. So many of us are like that, and we have retinue of people to cater for. Apart from those ones that are our staff, there's no legislator, there, especially senator, that I know that doesn't have at least maybe 1 or 2 paid officer in every ward of the constituency or of the senatorial district that he or she represents. Like me, I have 64 wards. I have 2 constituencies, 1 senatorial district, 6 local governments, and several others, like other segments like that, which I have to pay monetary homage to every month to make sure that we stabilize the body and to make sure that people that do not get maybe employment or whatever, that they are catered for, especially the youth. So these are Nigerians. So the 10th Senate, like I said, is quite uncommon, and then we want to remain so. And by the time Nigerians will be given their verdict about the term of this 10th Senate at the end of the day, 2027, I'm very sure, and I'm very hopeful, and I'm very convinced that a pass mark will be awarded.
Okay, so speaking of the issue of funding for the legislature, how do you think, there seems to be a misconception with the general public about how funding goes in the legislative arm of the government. How do you think this can be cleared up? Or do you think the media has a role to play?
Oh yes, oh yes. The thing is this, like I always say, the media itself has a lot to do. There is a freedom of information law that anybody that is in the dark about anything can use to obtain facts. And do you know the problem that I have is that nobody has ever brought a minister to a television station and be asking, how much is your salary? Nobody has ever brought a governor to the television station or radio, or president or vice president, or SGF has asked, how much are you earning? Nobody. It's only the legislator. Are we saying that it is not public money that they are using to pay the salaries of those people that I've just mentioned? It's only the legislator. Nobody has ever. And even when the legislator says this is what I earn, they do not believe. Because, and I want to even ask at times that if I have an office in Abuja, I have a house in Abuja that I live. In the office, I have staff, not less than 8. I'm supposed compulsorily to have legislative offices in my constituency. I open them, and the money to pay for staff, for upkeep of all these offices, will be coming from my pocket. Now, no legislator earns night allowance when it or she travels. No legislator car is fueled when he's going on oversight. No legislator is going to be giving flight ticket when he's going anywhere for official duties. Now, no legislator has any other allowance beyond his salary. Now, can anybody in Nigeria now tell me, with the decision of things, how much does someone need to fulfill those obligations? When somebody can tell me straight that, oh, with all this, you don't need more than 1 naira or 20 naira or 2,000 naira. Yes, I will now know that is appropriate pricing of the emolument that a legislator is supposed to take. Now, besides that, is that this Christmas now, between now and December, almost all communities, not less than 68 of them, in my senatorial districts are doing their day. Social time day, social development day. We are launching 500 million naira for palace. We are launching 1 billion naira for this and for that. Now it's the legislator that is going to be the chairman of the lawsuit. You have to drop money. Now don't drop it and come back to campaign. You have already gotten your result. Is there any time that they have called on the president to come and be the chairman of the day of any town or a village? Now, how many consultants will now send a text message to a governor that my wife have just put to bed? Come and pay for the hospital bill. It is the legislator. Now, people should tell us how much they think a legislator will need to take care of this, or to take care of half or 1/4 of what I've just enumerated. So when Nigerians can come out sincerely and tell me that, oh, just 1/4 of this, don't fulfill the rest. Anybody that calls and say that his children's school fees are not enough, please come and pay. Don't bother. Anybody that says that his mother is sick, is in the hospital, she wants to do operation at 350,000, don't bother. So that we should ignore all those things. Now let whoever, the rest that they think they should be attended to, let them tell us how much that will be enough to take care of that. That is when I will know that really Nigerians, those people who are critics, are sincere. That they are not just playing the gallery, they are just not being hypocritical. Because why they are hypocritical is that when the minister goes on tour, he goes with about 8 or 10 vehicles at the expense of government. All the vehicles will be fueled by government. But when the legislator is going to anywhere, if you go with 100 vehicles, you are going there at your own risk. You are the ones who will fuel your vehicles. You are the one who will pay for those ones that are accompanying you to the place. A minister is entitled to not less than 2 or 5 security orders. Officially, the legislator is entitled to 1. Officially, unless if you are being maybe a former governor, that maybe your state has provision for it, or government has provision for it. But for me, as a former chief of staff to a governor, I'm not entitled to it. So if I want to go on any trip, I have to go and source for security. So all these kind of things, let's just put them on table and now see what a legislator is supposed to, in the view of the average Nigerian.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's
been an interesting and an insightful conversation, but I want to end with this question about, being a legislator is not a walk in the park. So how do you balance your work as well as your personal life? Do you even have time for hobbies or maybe leisure or anything like that?
Yes, the thing is that our personal life has already dovetailed into our official legislative life. Like my personal life now, the hobbies that I now have is meeting people, talking to people, solving problems. Has become my hobby. It's supposed to be something that I should be doing sparingly, but it has become my hobby because there's no way I can see people, I can leave them just like that, and then people will be asking questions. I will not be able to give them a feedback, or people will come to me and say that they need one thing or the other. I will not be able to provide at least, even if it is a fraction of what they are demanding for. So that is why I will not say that my official this thing has eaten into my own private life. So I don't normally have any private life anymore. Any public person that is not saying private life, it means that something is wrong somewhere. So everything about you has become public. Even when you want to go to toilet, it's a public toilet. When you want to eat, it's a public eatery that you will go to. So definitely for me as a person, so my hobby has now become I want to meet people, I want to talk to people, I want to solve problems.
Okay, sir. One last question.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any advice for young people who want to go into politics?
Yes, I have advice. So much advice and castigation. Yes. Young people cannot just sit down in their comfort zone and think they will just take over leadership. It's not done. You have to throw yourself into it. I told you how I started. I was a university undergraduate. I will come home very long back. I will organize free coaching, work and jam. Then the younger ones started knowing me. When it was time for election, the younger ones rallied around me. They told their parents that this is the person that you are going to vote for. And that's how I became chairman of local government. And that's what prepared me. But today, our younger ones will say, oh, if you are not born by a billionaire, you are not born by a commissioner, a minister, a legislator. My sister, my mother did not know any one of the classroom, not 4 words, even one word of classroom. My daddy never knew. You are peasant people. I grew up and I became what I become. So definitely, if you if we are talking about leadership, when an Ekiti boy stays in Abuja, attending leadership seminars in Abuja, are you going to use that leadership, the knowledge of that you get from leadership seminar in Abuja? No, you have to come to Ekiti. You don't even know where you are born. You don't even go there. You will ask from some of the younger ones, oh, where are you from? I'm from Kogi. When last did you visit home? Oh, when my great grandmother died, my father took me there. And when? Oh, I think that was around 2014. And you don't know home. And you now want to take over the mantle of leadership. So that is why it is becoming very difficult for many younger ones to know or to bring themselves into. At times they will say, oh, politics is very expensive. I will say, how? There was a time in Nigeria, 8 and 8 assembly, they said, the younger ones said they needed a bill, not too young to run. The bill was passed. You had all the ages for everybody in Nigeria, up to 21 years of age, to contest for an election. All the parties, especially my own party, APC, they will not charge any young person any form fee. Form is free. Form is free for women. Form is free for the younger ones. Younger ones will not go there and obtain the forms, even though it is free. Those people who fought for not too young to run, who were on the street then, carry placard at the front